From summer 2001 and written for Jerry Halliwell. That's Robbie on Freedom FM. And before eternity, you were listening to Greg, who's sent me a semaphore message this evening saying that he shall return tomorrow at 8 p.m. Well, a hearty good evening to you and welcome to another night cruise. 2 hours of the best romance, soothing and chill musical memories of the 90s and noughties between now and 1 tomorrow morning. But you know what? It's not just about the music, because there are a few games to get involved in as well. So if you're with us after midnight, I know you will be, we'll dive into our love lyrics game, while in this hour we'll do our best to get a smile on all of our faces with our Monday Punday game, and I'll tell you more about both of those very shortly. And if you want to join in the conversation tonight, I'm sure, why wouldn't you? You can reach out to me often and early on text and WhatsApp to 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888. And if you're not into Mark Zuckerberg on WhatsApp and more of a fan of the old-fashioned email, you can drop me one of those to hello@freedomfm.ie. And for those of you who are on social media, you can connect with me if you want to on Insta, Threads, Blue Sky and Sez.us. That's SEZ.us. Check it out. You can find me there under the username Voice Actor Fergs. Right, with all that said and done, I think it's time that you and I made some night cruise memories, aren't you? And we'll do that in 3, 2, 1. That was a number 3 back here in April 1990. That is, of course, Garth Brooks and The Dance on Freedom FM's Night Cruise. Well, it's time now to get into our Monday Punday game. Now, if you're new to the cruise, first off, welcome. And secondly, where have you been? But now that you're here, let's get you up to speed on how this game works, shall we? You see, in a moment, I'm going to give you a theme, and your task is to take that theme and craft a pun by combining it with a celebrity, band, or fictional character name. Now, if you're sitting there and thinking to yourself, what is he on about? Don't worry, let me give you today's theme and a few examples that will hopefully get those creative juices flowing. So tonight's theme, my friends, is marine life. And why marine life, you may well ask? Well, you see, last week, after an absence of almost 10 years, I got my fish tank up and running again, and I have to be honest with you, it looks absolutely lovely. And while I was staring at it after last night's cruise, I thought to myself, why not have a marine life themed Monday Punday? So, you know, everything from sharks to squid, tadpoles to trout. I want you to send in your celebrity, band or fictional character name, marine life puns to me on WhatsApp too, 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888. And to kick things off, here are a few of my own terrible examples. You have been warned, so get ready to groan. Starting with an obvious one, Elfish Presley. Not tickling your funny bone? Oh, golly, how about the one-time pistol, Squid Vicious? Still not doing it for you? All right, my final attempt is the Welsh actor, Anchovy Hopkins. Okay, let's be real. Your puns will undoubtedly be way better than mine, so we need you to send in your celebrity, band or fictional character name puns mixed up with all things marine life to 086 206 8888. They were in the point about a month ago, and from 2004, that's the streets and dry your eyes on Freedom FM's Night Cruise, where you have been getting in touch with me this evening with your Monday Punday puns. And this evening, I asked you to mix up all things marine life with any celebrity, band or fictional character name to make a pun to make us all smile. And as always, you've not let us down. So let's start this evening's round of Monday Pundays by saying hello to Vincent Hicks, who's in Bray. And he says, Fergs, I spent all this afternoon listening to Tuna Turner's brilliant album, Private Dancer. It is a brilliant album, Vincent, and that is an even better pun. Now, Mike Taylor is in Shankill this evening, and he says, Feargal, any chance of getting some Lenny Crab sticks on the radio this evening? You never know, Mike. You got to stick around and see. And thanks for that excellent pun. Now, let's have a look at this WhatsApp, which comes in from Daniela Lawson, who's reached out to me from Kells, and she suggests Cod Stewart. That is so clever, Daniela. Thank you so much. And finally, for now, Tom Burke in Belfast has been on to say, Feargal, what about Carol Snorkelman? Well, first off, well done on bringing Carol Vorderman onto the show. And secondly, a snorkeler, it's not really a form of marine life now, is it? But as it is the season of goodwill and all that, I will let it slide, Tom, and thank you very much for a brilliant pun. So, what about you? Are you up for making a pun by combining all things marine life, no matter how tenuous it might be, with a celebrity, band or fictional character name? Well, if you are, then shoot it over to me on WhatsApp to 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888. But be quick, because we'll do one final round of Monday Punday after we lend our ears to the flowers. That's Alicia Dixon from 2009 and To Love Again on the Night Cruise from Freedom FM. And I've just been nosing around in our big book of 90s and noughties trivia, looking particularly at November 2009. And can you remember what happened back then? Well, I can tell you that a fairly still unknown country music singer called Taylor Swift released her second album called Fearless. The first Twilight Zone movie was released. Barack Obama was elected president in the United States. And Take That released The Greatest Day. Recorded in a studio in the Bahamas at the height of summer. I tell you, it's well for some. And released in January 2004, Chasing Pavements was a number 7 for Adele. Well, here we are, just a few minutes to midnight, and before we move into Tuesday, we need to finish out this evening's round of Monday Punday, the game where I give you a theme and you make a pun from the theme by combining it with any celebrity, band or fictional character name. And this evening, you've been sending me in your marine life puns. So let's not waste any more time and dive into the last round of your clever concoctions by saying hello to Tommy McDonough, who's in Mullingar this evening. And he says, you know what, Feargal, you just can't touch MC Hammerhead Shark. Fair enough, Tommy. You probably wouldn't want to. Thank you for that excellent pun. Now, our penultimate pun for today comes in from Lucy Fulton, who's in Bandon, and she says, when the TV show Stranger Things comes back next year, I really hope we can hear more music from Skate Bush. So do I, Lucy, and thank you for that brilliant pun. And finally for this evening, Charlotte Dotson has been on to me from Dorky, and she says, Fergs, I know you don't use his platform anymore, but what do you think of Eels on Musk? Tell you what, the more eels there are on Musk, the better for the planet, in my opinion. And anyway, thank you for that excellent pun, Charlotte. Right, that's about it for our Monday Punday for today. I'd say thank you to everyone who sent me in a suggestion. If I didn't read yours out on the radio, I did read it, and rest assured, it made me smile. And if you like Monday Punday, well, you know what you have to do. Reach out and tell your family and friends, and come back here next Monday just after 11 in the evening, when we will do it all over again. From summer 1990, that's Alana Miles and Black Velvet on Freedom FM's Night Cruise. Well, hello, my fellow night creatures, and welcome to Tuesday, the 17th December, where we're just starting up the second hour of the Night Cruise. My name is Feargal, and from now until 1, I've got you covered with a full hour of the best romance, relaxing and chill-out tracks that will hopefully transport you back to your golden era of the 90s and noughties. But it's not just about the music. No. We've also got to dive into our love lyrics game. So if you're up late and new to love lyrics, let me paint you a picture and explain how this game works. You see, before the show started, I scribbled down some lyrics from a well-known 90s or noughties romance or chill-out song. And in a moment, I'm going to share those lyrics with you. And if you can identify the song and fancy a shot at winning a name check on the radio, all you need to do is ping me your answer on WhatsApp. So hopefully that explanation is about as clear as mud. So before I give you the contact details, let's have our first read of this week's love lyrics, which are, don't say what you're about to say. Look back before you leave my life. Be sure before you close that door, before you roll those dice. So, if you recognize those lyrics and want to be with the chance of possibly getting a name check on the radio before 1 this morning, then reach out via WhatsApp on 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888, and tell me what song these love lyrics come from. Don't say what you're about to say. Look back before you leave my life. Be sure before you close that door, before you roll those dice. And if I get any imaginatively wrong answers, well, I'll read them out to you right after we lend our ears to the Stereophonics. You're listening to the world famous, and it truly is the world famous Night Cruise on Freedom FM, where so many of you have been getting in touch with your answers for this week's love lyrics game. The game, but your challenge is to guess what song a certain set of lyrics come from. And as always, the usual suspects have been on with some of the most ridiculous suggestions possible, including Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus, sent in by Max and Santry. I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. Remember them? They had a Christmas #1 in 2003. And This Is Why I'm Hot by Hymns, sent in by Joanna in Galway. Thank you so much. Right, with those nonsense answers done and dusted, it's 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888 on WhatsApp for your chance to be in with a shot of getting a whole name check on the radio just before 1 this morning. If you can tell me what song these love lyrics come from. Don't say what you're about to say. Look back before you leave my life. Be sure before you close that door, before you roll those dice. But you gotta be quick on WhatsApp to 086 206 8888 because I'll reveal the answer right after we hear from Dido. It's the Night Cruise from Freedom FM, where so many of you have been sending me in your guesses for this morning's Love Lyrics game. The game where the challenge is to guess what song a certain set of lyrics come from. So before I tell you the answer, let me remind you once again of the lyrics that you've been guessing at this morning. Don't say what you're about to say. Look back before you leave my life. Be sure before you close that door, before you roll those dice. Now, I can tell you that many of you hit the nail on the head this morning, but alas, our studio computer, being a bit of a tease, only lets me see 4 names at any one time. So this morning, I can only say good morning and well done to Jack Haney, who sent his answer in from Cork, Olivia Whitehead, who reached out to me from Rathfarnham, William Blake, who got in touch from Arklow, and Isabel Morrison, who sent in a WhatsApp from Wicklow, who all correctly said that this morning's love lyrics come from... Oh, wait, let's not spill the beans just yet. If you enjoyed playing along with love lyrics, then will you do us a favour? Spread the word, tell a friend, and make sure to join us next Tuesday just after midnight, when we will do it all over again. Now, drum roll, please. Or not, because I can tell you this week's love lyrics come from Celine Dion, and to think twice. That was time to say goodbye, and Andre and Sarah tell me that is all the mess I can make of your radio for now. Thank you for your company, both you and your messages made the show as always. Now listen up, because Mike O'B, well, he's going to be dressing up in his best Halloween butler outfit to serve you breakfast at 8 in the morning. Alan's going to be doing the 1990 Freedom Years from 7 just before him. And up next, it's going to be Essential Beats. Anyway, I think that's enough out of me for now. And I can tell you that I'll be back at 11 this evening with yet another night cruise. So, my friends, until then, thank you for your time this time. And until next time, take care of yourselves and, of course, each other.